This is the story of blood and the ambush that shattered an empire. For centuries, the Roman Empire had crushed every enemy that dared to stand against it. From the deserts of Africa to the mountains of Gaul, no one could stop the legions of Rome. Now, Rome's ambition turned north, to the wild, untamed land of Germania. Leading this campaign was Publius
Soldiers,
Verus,
we march
a
at
proud
dawn.
Roman governor and general. Beside him marched 3 entire legions of nearly 20,000 men, disciplined, fearless, and unstoppable. Or so they thought. Among their allies was a young Germanic noble named Arminius, commander of auxiliary troops loyal to Rome, or so it seemed. Arminius had been raised in Rome. He spoke Latin, wore Roman armor, and had even earned citizenship. But beneath the polished metal burned the rage of a conquered people. He had seen what Rome did to his homeland: villages burned, families enslaved, gods forgotten. To the Romans, he was a loyal officer. To his own people, he was the spark of vengeance. Arminius began to whisper lies into Verus's ear, spoke of a rebellion deeper in the forest, a threat that must be crushed quickly. Confident and arrogant, Verus believed him. Azava, Azava! The Romans marched deeper into the mist. The mighty Roman army, trained for open-field battles, was now trapped in terrain it could not control. The forest closed in around them. Visibility dropped. Communication broke. And that's when Arminius disappeared. Verus thought nothing of it. He assumed his German ally was scouting ahead. But in truth, Arminius was gathering his warriors, thousands of them, hidden among the trees. It began without warning, a single horn, then another, then chaos. From every direction, Germanic warriors erupted from the fog, faces painted, axes raised, fury in their eyes. Spears rained down from the trees, arrows pierced the Roman line.
Ow.
The forest itself came alive with death. The legions tried to form up, shields raised, commands shouted, but the ground was too narrow, the mud too deep. Every Roman formation was broken apart before it could even begin. Men screamed for their commanders, but sound was swallowed by thunder and terror. For 3 days and nights, the slaughter continued. The Romans built makeshift camps, fought back, and marched, only to be ambushed again. Every path led to another trap. Every fallen tree hid another enemy. By the 3rd night, the Roman army was broken. The proud eagles, the sacred standards of Rome, lay trampled in the mud. Realizing defeat was certain, Verus fell on his own sword. An honorable death in a place where no honor remained. When the sun finally rose, the greatest army in the world was gone. Over 15,000 Roman soldiers lay dead, their bodies left to rot in the forest. It was not just a defeat, it was a massacre. Rome's northern frontier had collapsed in a single blow. The empire that once claimed to rule the world now trembled. When the news reached Emperor Augustus in Rome, he was devastated. He tore his robes and cried out, "Verus, give me back my legions." The Battle of Teutoburg Forest became a wound that never healed. Rome never again tried to conquer Germania. A line was drawn between the empire and the free tribes beyond the Rhine. Arminius was celebrated as a hero by his people, a man who humbled Rome, but his victory came at a cost. Years later, betrayed by his own kin, he too was killed. Yet his name lived on. To this day, in the heart of Germany, the Hermannsdenkmal, the statue of Arminius, stands tall among the hills. Sword raised to the sky, facing west, toward Rome. The forest remembers. The rain has washed away the blood, but not the echoes of the screams. Here, in the shadow of the trees, the pride of an empire was crushed at by numbers. Not by strength, but by betrayal and the will to be free. This was the greatest ambush in history. The day the forest swallowed Rome. If you enjoyed this story of history's greatest ambush, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more cinematic history from the past that still echoes today.